So the focus of today's lesson is to order numbers that are written in different forms on a number line. So the question is, when numbers are written on a number line, what type of order do we want to write them in? Well, number lines going from left to right, we want to write them in ascending order from left to right. Okay? Now, what's our strategy? Well, when we say numbers are going to be written in different forms, what we're talking about is the numbers can be written as fractions, they can be written as decimals, they can be written as radicals. So the easiest thing to do for all of these is to convert each number to its decimal equivalent. And the reason is that not all these numbers can be written as a fraction. As we've talked about throughout this unit, if a number is irrational, like the square root of 2, the square root of 3, there is no fractional equivalent I can put it into that is two integers. Okay? Your final answer should have numbers written in their original form. Okay? So let's go through some examples. We want to put on the number line below the following numbers. 4/3, negative 2.8, radical 3, negative radical 5. So I convert each one to its decimal equivalent. 4.3 is 1.3 repeating. Negative 2.8 is good, as is. The square root of 3 is approximately 1.73205. And square root of negative 5, or the square root of 5 is negative 2.23607. So putting these on a number line, I can see that negative 2.8 is going to be somewhere around there, close to negative 3. That negative, the square root of 5 is going to be somewhere around here. Now, we understand that it's an approximation, okay? But your approximation should be reasonable, that if it's negative 2.8, it's closer to 3. If it's negative 2.2, it's closer to negative 2. 1.3 repeating, or 4/3, is going to be somewhere around there. It's 4/3. And then finally, the square root of 3, which is 1.73, is somewhere around here. Square root of 3. Okay? So the next three examples, we want to order numbers from least to greatest. So let's go through that. I have a hard time moving this because of my orientation. So I convert all these numbers, and you would be using your calculator to do this for now. And a number like 2 radical 2 means 2 times radical 2. So what order do they go? 7/3. If it helps you to put on top of it the number, that's fine. Okay? So 7/3 goes first. 2 radical 2 goes second. 2.9 and radical 10 last. Okay? Going to the next two examples. The numbers converted: 3.5, 3.4641. Usually 4 decimal places is good enough. 3.6056. 19/5 is 3.8. And 3 1/4 is 3.25. So now I go back into my order. 3.25 is the smallest, so that's 3 1/4. Then 3.464, so that's 2 radical 3. Then 3.5, which is just 3.5. Then the 3.606, that's radical 13. And then 19/5. Okay? And then the last one, square root of 5 is 2.2361. Cube root of 8 is 2. 9/5 is 1.8. 2.3 repeating stays as is. And 2.33. Okay, now let's take the easy ones. 1.8 goes first, 9/5. 2 goes next, cube root of 8. 2.23, so the square root of 5. Now we want to know which of these numbers are the larger of, or smaller of the two. Well, the bar over tells me that 3 is going out forever, while this tells me it's just going to be a bunch of zeros. So 2.33 is smaller than 2.3 repeated. Okay? So, again, the purpose of today's lesson was to order numbers from least to greatest when written in different form.